Hey guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to be doing a video that's slightly different than pretty much everything I've done so far. I've never compared slime before based on their prices, and I've never actually really bought store-made slime, which is slime that's already made. And today I'm going to test out the texture, basically how it feels, if it's worth the money, and I'm just going to compare it. So let's get started. The first slime that I'm testing is the $5 one, and this one is by Orb Slimy or ORB Slimy, and pretty much it is a very wet texture. The only thing that I absolutely love about like slime that's manufactured instead of like homemade is the fact that it's super smooth, and you can just see the texture that like you don't see any breaks in the slime, you don't see any like plastic feeling. It's very I guess the closest thing that I can compare it to is when I made slime with detergent, which I might still make another slime where I kind of want to make something close to this type of texture. I know it's very hard because obviously homemade slime isn't going to be the same thing as like store-bought slime, but this one for $5 is not bad. I mean, in a way, if you actually like green, that would be perfect for you, and it doesn't glow in the dark for some reason. I don't even know why it's green, but that's my only concern, is that there's not really that many colors that's in the slime. So for $5 you just get this little small piece, which is okay for some people, but for other people it might be like way too much money. As far as the texture goes, it's excellent. It's pretty amazing, and I also like the little container that it comes in because it's easy to store it away. Next up, we have the same company. They also made a marble slime, which to me, I feel like they're kind of similar, so I don't know why this one is called marble, but I feel like the other one is also marble feeling. I also like this one because it has like a cute little, case to it, but the only problem is the opening on the back is like a small circle, so I have to kind of pull the slime out of this little circle. I just don't understand why they couldn't use the whole back, like take the whole back off in order to get the slime, but I mean, this works too, I guess. So anyways, I decided to actually I tried to open the back. You can see that I was trying to do that, but it doesn't open. It's only this little small opening. And when I get the slime out, you can see that I have a little bit of trouble getting it from all the corners. But once it is out, it is absolutely amazing. I mean, you can tell just like by the colors. This one is $10. It's a little bit expensive for slime because if you think about it, like with $10, you can make homemade slime and you can make a lot of homemade slime. But this one happens to be store-bought, and it definitely in some ways, like, you can't compare store-bought slime with homemade slime. It's just uncomparable, like, because this slime, look at how many colors it comes in, and the fact that it's already made, so it's less work for you, and the texture and everything feels absolutely smooth and rubbery and just overall amazing. Between this one and the $5 slime, I think the only difference is that this one has a little bit more slime, just a little bit, and the fact that it has like all types of different colors and probably the casing. So if you have the budget, I would go with this one because this one is very pretty. However, I just do want to mention that it was a nightmare putting this slime back into the case. Like, I had to try so hard just to get it back in there, and finally I was able to get it down. So that part was a little irritating, but other than that, it is definitely worth the money. The next thing I want to compare it to is actually Putty. It's not really slime, it's more like Putty, and this one happens to be something I've never tried before, but I've heard about it for so long and I've seen it all over Amazon, and they have different containers. So I happened to buy this one because I kind of like the whole like amber color sort of thing. So the only problem with this is like I had a really hard time opening the can. As you can see, I was struggling, and also when I finally felt the actual Putty, it felt like a Starburst that's dried out, or a Laffy Taffy that's dried out for a whole year, because it is absolutely hard and you just can't even mold it. I mean, you need to have some human strength in order to mold this into a ball. Apparently it also bounces. I'm not really sure, but you know, we're gonna test that out in a second. And I just want to mention that like it's so hard that you could use it as a stress ball. Like I'm telling you, if you ever felt like you want to punch somebody at school, or you're so mad at your mom or your parents, like just squeeze this thing, because this thing like is like, if you have any anger issues, you could definitely use this Putty. And the fact that like you could probably throw this at somebody and actually knock them out, like I'm not kidding you, this is like really hard rock or something. Anyways, so I decided to mold it anyway to see if I can like get it into a ball shape. It's kind of tough considering how, you know, hard it is. And I also put it towards my light because apparently it glows in the dark, and you know, I have to see if it does or not. So I took it into my closet and I'm like, wow, like this thing actually looks super amazing. I was very impressed. I mean, that color, it just looks like a magic rock of some sort, or a crystal even, and I was like pretty impressed. So I kind of see like, you know, how this is like $6. I mean, it's actually very well made as far as like, you know, Putty goes, and the can, everything, it's very well made. The colors are good. I mean, it glows in the dark. It does exactly what it's supposed to. It's like nothing misleading, and I would say it's definitely worth the money. Everything that we tested today, I'm actually pretty impressed. I was expecting to not like something, but I actually like everything that I tested today. And I know the slime for $10 is a little tad bit expensive. I think if they would, you know, put it down to maybe like $6, it might be even worth it for some people. But as far as everything else goes, I think it's pretty good. I would definitely pick it up, and I will leave the links down below if you guys want to purchase it.